What's up, dudes? HW, back for another edition of the Tone Junkie Podcast, episode 101. Let's get right into today's topic. But first, drinking the, is this Khalifa Farms? No. This is the best drink you can make these days. Listen, let me tell you something. 30 grams of protein, 1 gram carbohydrate, okay? Premier Protein Shake chocolate with the ice. Then you get one of those cups on TikTok that you fill up with water, but the inside is hollow, right? You fill that up. Then you can brew hot coffee right into it. Put that in the Keurig. K-cup goes in. Pour over. Doesn't melt the ice. Add the protein shake, yada, yada, yada. You got something better and way cheaper than they're serving at Starbucks. And the macros are insane because you know I've been hitting the weights. Been hitting the weights. Not only have I been hitting the weights, but just on the cut a little bit. On the cut, hitting the weights and trying to cut for the next couple days. And then we're going to go for a PR after. I'm going to keep working after that. And then we're going to go for a PR. But, you know, I'm going to tell you an experience I had because we've all felt like this. We've all felt like you just pick up the guitar and you just suck. And I saw this video on YouTube about, leaning into imposter syndrome. And I bookmarked it and didn't watch it, so I can't really tell you what it says. But I'm sure it said something really useful, like we all go through imposter syndrome, but here's how we overcome it. And that would probably be useful information, so go check that video out. But you know, guys, I was hanging out with my buddy Desi and my buddy Matt, and these are two of the best guitar players that I personally know. I've seen a lot of people play in Nashville. I've even seen a lot of people who I go, wow, that guy's a professional guitar player. It's interesting. He must have really carved out a niche for himself. I'm just not seeing it. But you know, he has the work or something. But my buddy Matt, he plays. He's a top guy. He's a top guy. He plays for Carrie Underwood, and before him that was Matt Tubbs' gig, and Matt's had it for years and years and years now, at least 7 years or so. I mean, and he's just gotten to play with so many great people, and the guy is just a one-take madman. I mean, he is just, you'll see him in the demos, you've seen him he does all the Inspired By stuff for Tone Junkie, you know. And just these huge solos. They did a Vegas residency. He was doing the Axl parts. They were covering some Guns N' Roses. That ended up becoming a co-headlining tour, Carrie and Guns N' Roses, which is crazy. You got to meet everybody. You played with Slash a bunch at some of those Vegas shows and that tour and stuff. And just, the guy is just a one-take monster because he just one-take stuff. He was telling me he went down to the Surf Factory. He wrote 3 songs, nailed all 3 in 4 takes. They told him, other big name guitar player comes in here and it takes all day because he's going over, things 10, 12 times. Matt's like, I didn't know that was an option. I could have done that. Well, maybe that's there you can, but the guy's just a ripper. He's a ripper and he's just so competent and his tone is so good. He's just one of the best. And he's one of the most humble guys. And he just one takes it because when you're in the arena and they're screaming, not his name, but somebody's name, right? And you got to nail the solo. And then my other buddy, Desi, the joke is he wrote the book. He wrote the book on the fretboard, because Desi, I think, did that For Dummies book. He did, the Guitar Music Theory podcast he's written a bunch of books and he has a new book out right now. He does classes and everything. The guy is literally I call him a classic rock jukebox, but he wrote the book on the fretboard. And I sit down with these guys because we go to Desi's house and we're going to hang out. Matt and I were doing a demo. Matt just tore it up, man. This guy comes in. He's put all the tracks that he wants to do into 1-minute little bites so that all the good guitar parts are there. Just nails them. I mean, like just one take and like knock 10 of them out, man. Like before lunch. I'm like, wow, I don't want to pick up the guitar when these guys are in the room. We sit down in Desi's new guitar room and we pull out some of the stuff. These guys start going, oh, you know what solo from another song works over Tennessee whiskey. Oh, and then they start playing it, and then they jokingly start doing like the Hotel California thing, and then Desi's like, "Wait, do you know the second part?" And Matt's like, "Of course I know the second part." They run through the entire solo verbatim. Then they start debating what the fingering of one part is, if it should be played this way or that way. Then we start getting into like, does this little unison harmonic bend thing that happens in the Eagles, is that where Jimmy Page got it from? Because Joe Walsh says he got it from him, and all this stuff. And I'm just like. And then, you know, I picked those little Telecasters in the room, and I'm like, trash. Get out of here. Get out of here. I just felt like the smallest guy in the world at that moment, right? I swear the notes sounded like a little toy piano as I played them. And then, you know, Desi picks up this Epiphone Dot, and instantly cascading harmonics. It sounds just like all of Joe Bonamassa' YouTube channel and everything, with this Tweed Deluxe blaring. I go, wow, that sounds amazing. What tone is that? He's like, that's yours. That's your Tweed Deluxe M3. He's like, it's one of my all-time favorites. I go home and play the Tweed Deluxe M3. You guys, it sounded like that, but you guys, it's in the fingers. It's in the fingers. It's in the fingers. And I just, honestly, I left there, and we had some really great tacos, but I left there just going, I suck at the guitar. And I got to be honest with you, man. I came home and you know, stuff was a little stressful at home, and I didn't really make any videos for like 2 or 3 days. I just did all the behind the scenes work for Tone Junkie. I just like finished up a pack and everything, because I just felt like anything I played. I even like made a video, and I just thought the playing was trash, and I trashed it. Literally threw it in the trash can when I got in the editor. And I was just mad at myself. My wife's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I suck at the thing I do. I suck at the thing I want to do. I'm not a big guitar player, but I've played with some people. I've played for some things. I play all the time, you know, play every day. And I kind of look around and I feel a little bit like an imposter. Like, oh my God, this idiot with all these amps and guitars and everything. Total like what a dummy. Can't even play the guitar. And I'm just like, yeah, that's how I feel right now. And it's funny because a couple of weeks ago I was making some videos, and I was like, damn, I was playing really well in there. And I see these YouTube comments, bro, you're playing, oh my God, it's so awesome. And I'm just like, I don't know. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah, man, I do have a voice. I do have a sound. I do have like a style that's pretty cool, right? And then another time, you know, and you know what? Man, I can't tell you, like, I actually feel like I struggle in this environment to like make up stuff on the fly, you know? But I feel like, you know, you put a song in front of me, and man, I can like write some parts. I can do some stuff. I feel very at home playing with a band. I feel much more, you know what I mean? And like, and I play these Sunday morning and stuff, and I get a bunch of people going, man, I love your tone on that song, or oh, that lead line just is so good. And I get the love from the sound guys because they're all my buddies. We all go to wrestling events together and stuff. I buy them coffees and stuff. I should buy them more coffees. I'm gonna go bribe my sound guys a little bit, and just so they keep me high in the mix. And you know, it's just sometimes I feel like, oh yeah, I am pretty good. And sometimes I just feel like an absolute loser, imposter. And those guys are my friends, man. They would talk me up, but I just didn't even want to play the guitar. And sometimes that's the feeling, isn't it? It's like, help me, Jesus, I suck. You suck at guitar. Maybe you suck at your job. Maybe you suck at life. My mom used to say, don't say suck. That's a bad word. And then one day my aunt was vacuuming. And I go, hey, that vacuum sucks. Well, all the kids laughed, right? We had 16 kids in the house. And, you know, I always learned from a young age, if you could make the authority figure smile, you don't really get punished. They laugh and they go, all right, that's enough, you guys. If you can make them laugh, you can get away with anything. Shoot, if you can make enough people laugh, you can be president of the United States, man. I'm just saying, maybe that is the key. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Because there's a lot of laughing out there right now. A lot of serious stuff, too. But a lot of laughing. That's a weird thing, too. It's weird when someone's saying, oh, this is so serious. And other people are joking, making jokes about it, right? It's like, well, this is the public square. Welcome to the public square, and welcome to the anonymity of the interwebs. Things I wouldn't say to your face, I will say because, my name is Dogeman 3000. You know what I'm saying? That's not my Reddit handle. That's probably somebody else. Go find that guy. See what he's been looking at. Probably some degen. Anyway, I think it's a human feeling to have the highs and the lows and feel like you suck at something. And, there is an amount of imposter syndrome that sets in. And I think really there becomes a thing it's like when you actually know a good amount about something, you can kind of actually appreciate where you are, and where you are is usually a lot lower than where you like to be, because that's the thing. I know a lot about amps. I know a lot about things, and I've watched a lot of guitar playing, but sometimes the fingers don't fing in the way I want them to. And it's the type of thing where like I just don't always, you get stuck in a rut, but you put like a song in front of me and I can like be more creative and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, you listen to what other people do and they all sound so interesting, creative. Then you get in front of, you do what you do, and then you're like, this is just boring and meh and bland. And I've had so many people go like, what, dude, you're amazing. I just watched that entire set you just played. I just watched this. I saw you at the Hard Rock. Like, that was incredible. I saw a video of you. Like, and in my head, I'm going, well, that's because you don't play anything in front of people that you can't play. You only play the stuff you can. So the illusion is that guy never messes up. Right? And it's like, actually, I did mess up. I messed up 4 times. You just didn't hear it. Right? Like, so that's there too. Right? So it's like, well, I know what I'm going to play, and I've practiced it. And so I can play it and I can kind of execute it. So I'm not going to mess up, if I'm well practiced. And maybe still mess up some, but, so then it gives the illusion, oh, that guy he's effortless. Right? That's the other thing, is like, you're born with, like, I remember in the 4th grade, we had like a debate assignment, and my teacher, I just put my hands in my pocket and I just talked. I just winged it. I didn't do the assignment probably, but I was so nervous. I did some prep. It was later I started winging it in life. And I did some prep, and my hands were in my pockets. So I was nervous, and I was so nervous, and I was just like rocking. And the teacher wrote on there, you need more preparation, good things. You look very comfortable. You're very comfortable in front of people. And I thought, I am? I don't feel that. But apparently I give that off. So I've always been comfortable on the stage since then. Because I've just been playing a lot of places and stuff. So it's not a big deal. I don't have a problem being up in front of people. If you told me right now the pastor's out, can you go wing a message at this church with 3,000 people? 100%. Hand me a Bible. I will fake my way through. You will think I prepared that thing. I'll have funny anecdotes. Dude, I could wing it. My buddy asked me to do a wedding. I was like, yeah, man. They were like, it was me and my wife. They wanted me and my wife to do it. It's the most progressive thing I've ever done. And I'm not a pastor or something, but they wanted friends to marry them, So, which, we could do in a ceremony, I guess. But yeah, they weren't church people, so they didn't really have anything. And, I was kind of like, well, I don't really do weddings, but I mean, if you don't, it's just a ceremony. You just want me to say nice things and sort of go through the things, and let's do it. You need a legal marriage license. They did it. Anyway, my wife, 3 weeks before, 10 weeks before, 8 weeks before, 1 week before, we got to do this. We got to prepare this. I'm like, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Nah. I don't mind winging it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good off the top of the head. I just am. Sorry, I got a piece of ice on there. But how do you overcome it? How do you overcome that imposter syndrome? How do you go, man, I want to be better at the guitar? You just focus and you try to play. And one of the things I'm really just working on myself for these videos, because I'm actually using a lot of AI. I'm using Suno and stuff. And you've seen some videos where I've had some backing tracks. They've been all like AI. And it's funny, a couple of years ago, I tried to do tone janky backing tracks. It was just too costly and too much time. And I was like, I just do these other things. But then with Suno, I can make these backing tracks. So I'm going to be putting up some backing tracks and stuff, which are going to be really fun. But I've really been trying to like write melodies. So I'm really like focused on that of like, how do I be expressive and write melodies, right? So like with a jam like this, I'm really focusing. I could do it this way, right? I could do this sort of thing. And that's a style of playing where I'm just playing like, patterns and riffs and stuff, and I just hear it in my head before I play it. But I kind of know it's a very busy thing, right? And it's like that's what I kind of do when I first hear something. And I was exaggerating, right? I was like trying to play a little too many notes and not waiting and stuff. And I even had a couple little mess ups in there. But anyway, I'm trying to like, you're trying to listen, you're trying to target chords in your head because you know where the progression's going. But then you also really want to say something. And I think the best melodies are just so simple, right? So that's where I maybe try to approach it maybe more something like this. And that's where you want to like find something, right? Where it's like, okay, there's some ideas right there, right? Here's an idea, right? Right? It's like, okay, I could do that line like... Like, there we go. Or that's a good one too. Nah, maybe. Let's try it. Nah, I don't know. Don't dig it, right? But maybe I got this one too, right? even there, I exit going, well, we didn't really come up with the thing. And that's it. That's it. But life you just move forward. You just pick it up and you move forward, right? And I don't know, you got to hype yourself up. You got to talk yourself up. You got to go, that's okay. What can I do that is really good? Well, it's like, well, maybe I got a little line there. Meh. You know what I mean? And I guess the thing is, you just go forward, and it's just like life, right? It's like, how do you dig yourself out of that little hole of like the Monday blues? That little hole when you feel that little bit of weight just sitting on you. That little bit of some people call it depression. Some people call it, a little down, You're just like, nothing's going right, man. I need to win. How do you deal with that? Well, I think in some ways you start, it's like, how do you eat an elephant? It's like one bite at a time, man. You just got to kind of take a bite and take another. And you almost got to start doing some things, not in an effort to complete the task or to get yourself out. Your goal needs to be, let me just start some momentum. It's almost like, let me start a machine that's going to get some of this stuff done. Let me start a machine that's going to clean up a little bit. We're not going to get it cleaned up, right? Just accept that. Accept that we're not going to get it all figured out, right? Tomorrow is going to be another gloomy day. But maybe we can get a little momentum going in the gloomy day where we start to see some cloud coverage recede. There you go. Recede. What was I going to say? I don't know. You know what I mean? You start to maybe get a little bit of sunshine breaking through. One bite at a time, I heard someone say this, just do the next right thing. I thought, that's interesting. Do the next right thing. Right? So like, maybe just like, I don't know, focus on a new thing, focus on a new position, really target those chords, you know what I mean? Maybe you target them like this. That was not what I meant. I meant to do this. I think that was a little better. Right? It wasn't perfect, but it was like a little better, right? And now it's like I got that E minor 9 arpeggio in there. That's cool. And then, we got this one right here, right? So we're playing the G on that second chord. So we're really hitting the root, right? So that's we're doing an E minor, an A minor 9. We're landing on the G, right? Well, wait a minute. Targeting the chords, doing the right thing, sort of all of a sudden becomes something, right? I could do that. It's not great. I don't love that, actually. But this, that's the... Because what am I doing? I'm doing the fourth of the F chord. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm hitting the 3 suspended 4, so 2 or 6, 5, but then as soon as I hit that G, so I'm on the 5, but the chords go from F to G, so I'm hitting the 5 and I'm switching to the 5 the next chord, right? So I'm like, back to this. And then just embellish. And that's maybe that's it. Maybe that's the strategy, right? Maybe the strategy is like, do the next right thing. Just, well, what do the chords tell you to do? What are the chords? What's the guiding thing, right? What's the good book telling you to do? What's Jesus telling you to do? What's the government telling you to do? You know? What's your golden calf telling you to do? It doesn't matter. Look, ultimately, if you worship the right thing, you'll have good advice. If you worship the wrong thing, you'll have bad advice. But go ahead and just take the advice of whatever you worship, because your actions are going to be lined up that way anyway. Don't be shy about it. If your God is the bottle, go drink. That'll make you feel better. Won't make your problems get better long term, but you won't be able to do anything about that until you realize it. That's why they say alcoholics got to hit rock bottom. You got to get to the point where you realize This ain't my medicine, it's my drug. And it's a nuanced thing, because sometimes dealing with your problems is so hard, you just want relief from dealing with them. And the relief from trying to solve your problems is to just let them be problems. But oh, what a perilous journey life would be if we had not hope. If we accepted this truth about ourselves that we are our worst thoughts. You know what I mean? That we are our worst critiques of ourselves. You know, the old saying is like, you can't say anything to me I haven't said 3 inches from the mirror. And every man knows that. Every man knows that. Come on. Come on. Don't get me started. Sometimes I get started on how much it's so hard to be a woman. It's not a competition. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, dudes don't even need to be told it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like the reason women say that is because they feel validated in saying it, right? Men are going to get one of these. You're going to get like a, hang in there, man. It's like, yeah, I will. Or you'll get one of these, yeah, that's tough, man. She'll be all right. I will. I will be all right. The older I get as a man and as a dad, the more I think to myself, I don't want my sons to go through this. But I don't feel like it's something, any experience I have, I don't feel like it's something that I don't deserve. And that clues me into the fact that I care about them more than I care about myself. And you'd think the ideal thing to do would be to care about them to the level you would care about a son or a child, and just be like, no, I love you. I'd give anything for you. And then to also care for yourself with that same care, that same love. But in reality, one of the reasons I'm on this cut and the whole health thing has always been, I stress eat, man. You know? I was never a guy who liked alcohol or drugs. I don't know why. I always thought I would have been. I obsess about a lot of things. As a young man, I remember thinking, oh gosh, I should be careful. I get obsessed with stuff. I got really into Risk. The board game Risk, you know? And I made a better game called Conqueropoly. It's Monopoly and Risk in one. It might possibly be the greatest board game ever invented. I played it with a couple buddies. No one wanted to take the 6 or 7 hours that it took to complete a game, but I thought that was what was great about it. One day I'll put it out. I still own Conqueropoly.com. Probably get sued. Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, I got really obsessed with that game. I love Risk. I love strategy games. They're like an escape, from the real world, which is a giant strategy game, isn't it? And then I thought, oh, I better be careful of beer. I tasted beer. I didn't like it. I'm not a big drinker. I heard a statistic said 54% of Americans now say they don't drink alcohol. They say that's the highest in like a long time. And I guess that's good. But man, my beer is a quarter pounder with cheese, man. Nothing takes the edge off. Like, could we just order some food? Man, could we just get could we just go to get burgers and sweet potato fries? It doesn't even have to be McDonald's. I'm just saying. I love a burger from McDonald's, man. All these people, McDonald's isn't even good. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You lying. Listen, that's not true. That's not true. It is good. It is. I don't know. My wife is an amazing cook. She makes fresh sourdough bread. She makes amazing cinnamon rolls. Last night she cooked Korean beef. Like I'm serious. All of these dishes that I eat every night, we eat leftovers too, but she cooks like 3 nights a week, and sometimes we'll just put together simple stuff, The other nights, or we'll eat out like 1 night a week, and then maybe 2 nights a week every now and then. But we'll try to do 1 night a week, and then she'll cook like 3, and then the other night's kind of leftovers of the stuff she cooked. I'm telling you, the food she makes, I often go to restaurants and I get upset because I go, this is why I don't like going to these lower end, like not even lower end, but like if you tell me, oh, let's go to an American chop house or tap house, I kind of look at them like, unless I get the specialty pizza or I get this specialty thing, I don't want to get the normal stuff because my wife makes a better version at home. Like, it's difficult for me to go and order like a chicken Caesar salad with grilled chicken on top because I'm like, my wife makes a better one of these. The chicken will be better, juicier. The salad will be better. Like, it's a waste, So I'm like, no, give me the specialty thing. Give me the, whatever, the Hong Kong style noodles and the gochujang, pork chop, you know what I mean? Like, give me whatever your specialist thing is, your most, because she's not going to make that. But, man, even when she started making that In-N-Out sauce at home with grilled burgers, she's a better griller than me. I'll just tell you, turn in my man card right now. She's just a better griller than me. She grills and then, she makes that In-N-Out sauce. And damn, it's good. It's good. It's good. She even makes burger bowls sometimes like that. We do In-N-Out style burger bowls. I got to text her and tell her that's what we should have tonight. But anyway, yeah. So then once I got to go, oh man, I gained like 8-9 pounds again after I lost like some. So I'm still down, but I'm like, I got to get these off. So I kind of go on an aggressive cut real quick. Kind of undo it. But, I've lost the same 15 or to 30 pounds 50 times, man. I've lost, I've probably lost cumulatively the entire weight of the Backstreet Boys all combined. That's a strange unit of measure, isn't it? Anyway, Tone Jiggy Podcast, episode 101. My, how far we've come. And here we are at the end. I hope that made sense to somebody else. I feel like I have a little more understanding. But anyway. All right, HW.